In the words of former President Theodore Roosevelt,
speak softly and carry a big stick.
So thanks so much for making it this far. And for this next section, I would like to show, this is an example of how I personally was pulled over and being cited for an unconstitutional ordinance running underneath the Uniform Commercial Code, and how that actually ended up violating my rights. And I wasn't aware that these officers were on admiralty law, and it was very fortunate that I knew my rights well enough to stand for them, because we look around at other places throughout the nation where people haven't been taught this knowledge, and it's erupting into violence, it's doing all this, and our system is specifically designed to prevent violence from happening, to make sure that everybody that's suspected of a crime gets due process, has all the facts laid out, a case is built, and instead of protesting, writing articles, and urging petitions, you know, a lot of the best thing that can happen from that is to try to get a hold of the attention of a lawyer. So this is a good way to, if we start learning this system together, we're going to learn how to change the system from within. And we could do it in a really peaceable, beautiful way using what was designed for us.
The United States Code that will be cited throughout this is comprised of a consolidation of codes that has been compiled and is maintained by the Office of Law Revision Council of the U.S. House of Representatives, and may be found in its entirety on their official website. Sections of this code, including sections regarding color of law offenses, can also be found on FBI.gov. On May 17, 2014, I was holding this sign up so that my fellow citizens could read it. I was next to the Brunswick Road off-ramp in Grass Valley, California, before I was approached by Officer Cloyd of the Grass Valley Police Department. So here's what it looked like there. I wasn't blocking the sign, I was just behind that, with pretty much wide open space and decorative plants behind me. There's a Walgreens across the street.
What's your name? I'd rather not give it to you right now, at this time. Okay. It's am I being detained?
Well, unless, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to run you this time.
Thank you, sir. God bless you with all my heart. I love you so much, or I wouldn't have done this ever.
That's fine. And I appreciate that.
I don't have to move. This is totally legal.
Okay.
Can you show me the ruling that says that you believe it says it's illegal?
It's in the Grass Valley Municipal Code.
Will you please show that to me?
I can't. Give me 1 second.
Thank you.
Just give me 1 second.
Because that's an illegal local ordinance, and it's actually overruled by federal law. So if I'm ticketed for it, I'll be suing in court.
Okay.
Thanks.
County Court.
I'm trying to protect our nation. Hey, wildwillpower.org. Check it out, brother. Yeah.
What kind of guitar is that?
It's a Thesis Enterprise. It's from India.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm just letting people know it's totally free speech. There's a public zone right here.
What's that?
There's a public zone right here. So it's just free speech. I mean, they've been making legal local ordinances, and it's really important that we stand up for what our rights. Do you mind taking off your sunglasses for just a moment so I can see your eyes? Oh, okay, right on. I feel more comfortable, that's why I said it. Cool.
It's bright out here.
Will you check my website later? Wildwillpower.org. I did this to save humanity. I got a better plan for our country than any of the presidents. We're going to bring acorn flower, buckeye flower, pine nuts, pine nuts, I mean, all this stuff. You know, it's better than destroying the planet. And most of these jobs, they have to kill animals and invasive species. And a lot of these animals are treated in like Holocaust-like conditions in factory farms. And a lot of these industries are ecologically destructive. So this is the only ecologically beneficial production-based economy that's in our country. We're not going to offer anything wrapped in garbage. All wild harvesting cooperatives will offer it in bulk or in planet-considerate packaging, because we got to get rid of that old paradigm, and we're doing it peaceably and legally.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a reverend of the Church of Human, Animal, and Wild Natural Freedom.
All right.
Yeah.
So how many supporters do you think you have? I mean,
I don't have any supporters. If I had supporters, I'd have a Prius 5 right now, and you wouldn't even see me here.
Oh.
I'd be out in the mountains documenting. I'm just trying to sponsor my teacher. He's a disabled veteran who hasn't been getting his military benefits, and I'm just doing my best with what we got.
Okay.
Use my rights to help protect your country and mine.
Okay. Oh, in fact,
who's this?
I was going to speak with this gentleman right
here. All right, beautiful. Blessings. Hey, officer, I'm filming. I just want you to know, sir.
Get my good side.
Oh, beautiful.
So what's your name?
Alexandra.
Alexandra. So you're from the area?
Cool.
You lived here
I mean, not originally, no.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Iowa.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
To start up to bring in acorn flower and pine nuts and stuff from Tahoe. And I'm just trying to tell these people about wildwillpower.org.
Yeah.
That's the place where they can learn all this knowledge and get it. I'm just trying to free speech some people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we have a municipal code that doesn't allow you to do that.
Well, it's federally protected. So if the municipal code is violation of federal...
Okay, I tell you what.
Yeah.
We'll issue a citation, and then you can go before our judge, and you can talk to it with our judge.
If you give me a citation, I would also like alongside of it a complaint form from your agency so I can file it back to you because it's an illegal, unconstitutional local ordinance. Okay. Thank you.
Our ordinances are crafted by our city attorney, who's a licensed state bar attorney, and so we do it under his guidance.
Okay.
And so the ordinance, we didn't create the ordinance, the city attorney created the ordinance.
Yeah, it's an illegal local ordinance, yeah.
So,
unconstitutional.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
No, it really is. I know. I've researched this stuff for years. I know it is. In fact, that's why I got to get the complaint form, so that way I can file it to your agency. And if your agency doesn't drop the charges and actually continue sending me letters on it, it would be harassment, and then I could sue you in federal court. But I don't want to do that. That's why I'm telling you. I'd rather just have our freedom of speech protected, just like I'm protecting the nation. If we're all on the same board and we tell these people who are making illegal local ordinances, you know, your county is inside of the United States of America, and veterans died to protect these rights, and we're not going to sell them out to corporations just because they got paid enough to do that. God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir. What's the citation say, sir? I mean the ordinance. I'd like to see the law. Hey, check out wildwillpower.org. They're trying to bar my free speech, but it's not going to happen. They have a illegal local ordinance they're trying to enforce. So I'm going to have to sue them in federal court if they try to give me a ticket for harassment. It's unconstitutional local ordinance. They're calling this panhandling. I call this freedom of speech. Woo! Defending the nation, but I don't get a paycheck for it, right? God bless the hippies. Yeah, I do. Oh, I pay the hell out of taxes. God bless freedom of speech in America. First Amendment. First Amendment. This is the First Amendment. Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was crafted after the Iroquois Confederacy. Did you guys know that? That's awesome. Woo! The Bill of Rights was crafted after the Iroquois Confederacy. Because I'm doing so happy.
Sorry, what was your name again? I've talked to you before.
Alexandra, how are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Cameron.
Cameron.
Yeah.
Woo!
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Just using some free speech? No, I don't. I actually left it in the vehicle of somebody's car.
Oh, okay. You lost it.
Yeah. Just doing some First Amendment freedom of speech, and I'm loving our country, and I'm loving you for everything that you do. So, yeah.
As a reminder, the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America reads, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of a religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
Is that that website you were telling me about a while ago?
Yeah.
You and your buddy were working.
Yeah.
How's that going?
I'm doing my best to spread the word and let people know.
Cool. You guys have an office somewhere?
No, not yet.
I looked it up last time. I couldn't find it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll find it this time. I don't know why you didn't find it. It's right there. I've typed it in on other people's computers too.
What'd you say your name is?
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Yeah.
Where you said you're from Nevada County? Or no,
No,
you're from
I
Iowa.
live in Nevada County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm from
Whereabouts?
Iowa. What's that?
Whereabouts?
Where do I live here?
Yeah, I was curious where you live here.
Oh, why do you need to know?
Because actually I'm license information on your citation.
Oh, well, you can't give me the could you show me the law before you give me a citation? I haven't seen the law yet.
I am the law. I'm telling you that
what's
you're
the
not
ordinance say?
According to the Constitution of the United States of America, police power is the capacity of the states to regulate behavior and enforce order within their territory for the betterment of the health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the inhabitants. States have the power to compel obedience to these laws through whatever measures they see fit, provided these measures do not infringe upon any of the civil rights protected by the Constitution of the United States of America. According to GVP.net, every police officer takes a constitutional oath of office and thus swears to uphold the civil rights of every person they come across. These civil rights are clearly explained throughout the Constitution of the United States of America. The Constitution of the United States of America and the laws throughout it will always supersede the laws of the state, vehicle codes, municipal codes, customs, or any other law. It is the law of the land. And as we can see from United States Code Perjury of Oath, all United States public officials must uphold the civil rights of all people at all times, whether or not they're on United States soil. Now, the 14th Amendment guarantees that all civil rights that citizens have are also guaranteed to all people who are not citizens. Now, being somewhat a Martha Stewart of law, I've color coordinated the 14th Amendment as well as several of the codes you'll see throughout this, so I'll explain that in a bit. But first, let's just review the 14th Amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Next, I'm going to explain the colors. The magenta words are all in reference to persons or jurisdiction or a code. The red sections are infractive sections of the law. The neon green sections are rights of the people. Impenetrable, impermeable, unconditional, assumed rights of the people. And the gold sections are the foundational righteousness of the law. And the blue sections are what the law states.
Could you show me the law before you give me a citation? I haven't seen the law yet.
I am the law.
By this time, I had already asked Officer Cloyd and Chief Foster a total of 4 times to see the ordinance they were referring to. And when Officer Cloyd answered with, "I am the law," I knew at that point that he was no longer upholding his oath of office to put the Constitution and my civil rights first. Title 42, United States Code 1621, Chapter 79 reads, Perjury of oath. Whoever, having taken an oath before a competent tribunal, officer, or party, in any case which a law of the United States authorizes an oath to be administered, that party will testify, declare, depose, or certify true, willfully and contrary to such oath, any material matter which party does not believe to be true, or in any declaration, certificate, verification, or statement under penalty of perjury, as permitted under Section 1746 of Title 28 United States Code, willfully subscribes as true any matter which party does not expressly, provided by law, be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 5 years, or both. This section is applicable whether the statement or subscription is made within or without the United States.
It's actually in the vehicle code. Okay. If you'd like to know, it's 22.520.5 in the vehicle code.
Yeah.
Okay. It states that you're not allowed to panhandle.
Here is what this vehicle code that he is referring to actually states. Vending on or near freeways. No person shall solicit, display, sell, offer for sale, or otherwise vend or attempt to vend any merchandise or service while being wholly or partly within any of the following: the right-of-way of any freeway, including any on-ramp, off-ramp, or roadway shoulder which lies within the right-of-way of the freeway, any roadway or adjacent shoulder within 500 feet of a freeway off-ramp or on-ramp, any sidewalk within 500 feet of a freeway, off-ramp, or on-ramp, when vending or attempting to vend to vehicular traffic. A violation of this section is an infraction. A second or subsequent conviction of a violation of this section is a misdemeanor.
It's actually in the vehicle code. Okay. If you'd like to know, it's 22.520.5 in the vehicle code.
Yeah.
Okay. It states that you're not allowed to panhandle.
And now, as you've seen, after asking Officer Cloyd several times what the law stated, he said that it had to do with panhandling, but it didn't even mention the word panhandling. Which brings us to the next United States Code I'm about to cite, and charge Officer Cloyd with having violated. Statements or entries generally. A. Except as otherwise provided in this section, whoever, in any manner within the jurisdiction of the executive, legislative, or judicial branch of the government of the United States, knowingly and willfully, falsifies, conceals, or covers up by any trick, scheme, or device a material fact, makes any materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or representation, or makes or uses any false writing or document, knowing the same to contain any materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or entry, shall be fined under this title, imprisoned not more than 5 years, or, if the offense involves international or domestic terrorism, as defined in Section 2331, imprisoned not more than 8 years, or both.
I'm not panhandling.
Yes, you are. Within
No, I'm not.
500 feet on-ramp or an off-ramp, okay? Which is right where
Within
you
500 feet of an on-ramp or off-ramp?
are. Yeah.
These are public spaces, right? We have freedom of speech in the
This is
First
actually
Amendment, right?
the California Vehicle Code.
Yeah, but this is a federal law, the Bill of Rights, my friend.
That doesn't mean anything right here.
Please let the record show that this officer just said, that doesn't count, that doesn't mean anything right here, when I referred to the Bill of Rights in the Constitution. Which brings us to the next charge that I charge both of these officers with. Deprivation of rights under color of law by officers of the court. Whoever, under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom, willfully subjects any party in any state, territory, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution or the laws of the United States, or two different punishments, pains, or penalties on account of such party being alien. Just to interpret the term alien from legalese to modern English, it means a separate agency or foreign agency. So for instance, if the city were viewing one of the fellow people as a separate agency rather than as one of the fellow people, that would be alienating that person, alienating one of the fellow people. So that's what it means by alien here. Anyway. Or by reason of the party's color or race, than are prescribed for the punishment of citizens shall be fined $10,000 under this title or imprisoned, but not more than 10 years or both.
These are public spaces, right? We have freedom of speech in the First Amendment, right?
The California Vehicle Code.
Yeah, but this is a federal law, the Bill of Rights, my friend.
That doesn't mean anything right here.
And now you can see very clearly that both of these two officers used the color of law in order to try to deprive me of my rights.
It doesn't negate the panhandling.
Oh, okay. But I'm not panhandling.
According to the Grass Valley Municipal Code, panhandle shall include spoken, written, or printed words, or bodily gestures, signs, or other means with the purpose of obtaining a direct and immediate donation, or soliciting the direct and immediate sale of goods or services at the place of solicitation. It shall not include such activities that merely involve communications and information and do not call for the direct and immediate exchange of money or other things of value.
It doesn't negate the panhandling.
Oh, okay. But I'm not panhandling.
Had these officers performed a proper investigation and looked at the website, as I had pleaded them to do, they would have seen that it was very apparent I was not panhandling, which would have been one of the first things that they'd seen. It's been very apparent on the website that for years I've been doing everything I can to help my fellow citizens and all people. For example, here's one short clip from the website. As part of a national campaign that I'd been working on for several years, that I had finally begun to cinch together and was out there just starting to promote. In the safest, most high-traffic space I could think of, where people had the safety of being inside of their vehicles and there was a nice long stoplight for people to stop at.
Well, what do you need supplies?
I'm telling people about the website. Supplies needed, that's freedom of speech. It's not.
I know, you told me that you're looking for a new Prius 5.
Do you believe in the Bill of Rights? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's good we have a Bill of Rights in this nation? Are you, would you like to uphold that with me?
I got it.
So this is an illegal local ordinance, right? So I'm going to have to do a class action lawsuit for homeless harassment laws, huh?
Well, you'll have that opportunity when you get to go to court for that.
That'll be wonderful. Yeah.
What was your last name again? Is it Bird?
Does it matter?
Well, it does for the citation.
I think that I need to, I'd like to speak with my lawyer.
Well, is your lawyer here right now?
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm being detained. Okay. It's Wilson is my last name. Hi there.
Oh.
I see that. I would like to get a complaint form from your agency. Do you have one with you?
You'll have to walk over to the PD and pick one up and carry it.
Could I get a business card from each of your cards, please? Thank you.
You're done here with the citation. I'll give you my card.
All right. Well, I don't want this citation. It's actually an illegal local ordinance.
Well,
unconstitutional.
Unfortunately, if you don't sign it, then we have to take you to jail because you'd be demanding to go before a judge. Okay? By refusing to sign.
Title 42, USC, Personal Injury. Every party who, under color of any statute, ordinance, regulation, custom, or usage of any state or territory of the District of Columbia, subjects or causes to be subjected any citizen of the United States or other party within the jurisdiction thereof to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured by the Constitution and laws shall be liable to the party injured in an action at law, suit in equity, or other proper proceeding for redress.
Well, I don't want this citation. It's actually an illegal local ordinance.
Well,
unconstitutional.
Unfortunately, if you don't sign it, then we have to take you to jail because you'd be demanding to go before a judge. Okay? By refusing to sign.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, most people don't have time to go to jail. It's kind of a hassle.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't do this to you guys. If you were right here, I'd just be like, go on, it's totally legal.
Do you want to give me an address? Because I got to have somewhere that this can be mailed. You can have information mailed or else.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get that, then there'll be like a warrant. You know what I mean?
So is this a public space? That's what I want to know. Is this a public space? Publicly owned?
Great, so he's confirmed that I was on a publicly owned space.
Everybody's
It is?
on the road, right?
Okay, then go ahead.
I'm just going to overwrite the sound here so you don't hear my mailing address.
Yeah, this is great. I'm going to help defend your guys' freedoms and help overturn this unconstitutional law because I don't think... I'm sorry that you guys have to enforce this crap.
Is this?
I'm sorry. It's Nevada City. I'm really sorry that you guys have to enforce unconstitutional laws, and I'm going to help do this class action lawsuit so that you guys won't ever have to do this again because I know you signed up for these jobs so that you can support America and what we're about, right?
What was your correct legal last name?
Wilson still.
Wilson.
Yeah.
All right, good.
I'm going to grab my bag if that's all right. It's just right here.
Just one second. You can just sit down. I'm almost done.
All right.
We'll get you out of here in just a minute.
All right. So after this ticket, I can go on with my free speech, right? Right here?
Just be aware, if you get 3 of those, it's a criminal misdemeanor, okay? We'll be taking you to jail for that. It's got to be 3 convictions, okay?
I didn't realize this until later when I looked it up, but remember a second conviction of a violation of this section is a misdemeanor, not a third as he just told me. Again, here's a perfect example where the officer having a smartphone and being able to read the ordinance verbatim would seem to be a mutual benefit to both all individuals and the state itself.
Just be aware, if you get 3 of those, it's a criminal misdemeanor, okay? We'll be taking you to jail for that. It's got to be 3 convictions, okay?
3 convictions? What's that mean?
Well, this is a citation, okay? It's going to be a notice to appear. You're going to get assigned a court date, you're going to go before a judge, you're going to explain the situation, okay? When you do that, they're either going to excuse it or they're going to convict you for that, okay?
Okay.
If you get 3 convictions, all right, after that it becomes a misdemeanor.
Yeah, but this is totally legal. You agree with me on that, right? I mean, totally legal. This is legal. What I'm doing is legal. This is freedom of speech. Is this a form of freedom of speech to show this to people?
It's just a particular...
Well, I'm just asking, is this a form of freedom of speech? Is this freedom of speech? Congress shall make no law inhibiting in any way freedom of speech. Is this speech?
Depends on how you interpret it. To me, it's like panhandling.
This brings us to the next section. Conspiracy to interfere with civil rights. I'm going to read the red sections because those are most relevant to this particular case. If 2 or more persons conspire on the highway or on the premises of another, of course that would include public property, for the purpose of depriving, either directly or indirectly, any person or class of persons of equal protection of the laws or of equal privileges and immunities under the law for the purpose of preventing or hindering the constituted authorities of any state or territory from giving or securing to all citizens within such state or territory the equal protection of the laws. In any case of conspiracy set forth in this section, if 1 or more persons engaged therein do, or cause to be done, any act of furtherance of the object of such conspiracy, whereby another is injured in his person or property, of course including public property, or deprived of having and exercising any right or privilege of a citizen of the United States, the party so injured or deprived may have an action for the recovery of damages. Of the damage occasioned by such injury or deprivation against any 1 or more of the conspirators.
Depends on how you interpret it. To me, it's like panhandling.
When corporations give money, in 1973 it was ruled that giving money is a form of political expression, which is protected by the First Amendment. So if a corporation can give a bunch of money, can't anybody give a bunch of money as a form of political expression, which is protected underneath the First Amendment?
It turns out it was 1976 rather than 1973, but the Supreme Court ruling was accurate. Buckley v. Vallejo, 424. This case introduced the idea that money counts as speech when used in the form of political expression.
Giving money is a form of political expression, which is protected by the First Amendment. So if a corporation can give a bunch of money, can't anybody give a bunch of money as a form of political expression, which is protected underneath the First Amendment?
I don't know, you just threw out a lot of verbiage right there. I'm not really sure what you're trying to say. Can you say that in English?
He just said, "Could you say that in English?" It is very plain at this point to see that Officer Cameron Landon is mocking me. And because all three of these officers have refused to prevent my constitutional rights from being violated, it is my sincere belief that all three of these officers are also guilty of action for neglect to prevent under Title 42 United States Code 1986, which reads, "For knowledge of the law and neglect to stop and correct a wrong, every citizen who having knowledge that any of the wrongs conspired to be done and mentioned in Section 1985 of this title are about to be committed, and having power to prevent or aid in preventing the commission of the same, neglects or refuses to do so, if such wrongful acts committed shall be liable to the party injured or citizens' legal representatives for all damages caused by such wrongful act, which such party by reasonable diligence could have prevented, and any number of citizens guilty of such wrongful neglect or refusal may be joined as defendants in the action."
Giving money is a form of political expression according to the federal law. So panhandling, therefore, which I'm not doing, actually I'm just communicating, this is freedom of speech, this is federally protected underneath the First Amendment, which I believe you all took an oath to help uphold our Bill of Rights. Did you not in first grade when you pledged allegiance to the flag of the United States of America?
I hate to interrupt you. You ready to sign this?
What am I signing it for?
You're doing good, but right here at this X, okay?
Yeah.
The reason you're signing is for everything we just talked about.
About
okay?
what?
That I'm citing you for the vehicle code section for panhandling. All right. Your court date will be 6/18/14.
But you understand I'm not panhandling, right? You understand that I'm communicating freedom of speech. There is no panhandling.
In my opinion, it's panhandling. So that's what I'm citing you for.
So what am I signing to? What am I saying? Just that
You're saying that you will appear in court. That's it. At this point, you're saying that on 6/18 you will appear in court at 8:30 in Nevada City, your hometown. Mm-hmm. Okay, right here on 201 Church Street.
Yeah.
That's it. And the judge is going to say, okay, I agree with the officer, or I agree with you. That's it. So after that, me and you are going to have no more contact.
I feel like this is harassment. You're harassing me, actually.
And I will take it if you refuse to sign. We'll just take it to jail. Because either it's you go to court in front of a judge on 6/18/8:30, or essentially you go to court right now.
And if I go to court right now, I'm just asking because I want to be really clear.
You'd be in jail till Monday.
Oh, okay.
Because they couldn't keep you in court.
I just want to know that I'm only signing to acknowledge that you are giving me a citation for panhandling. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, you're signing. You're not admitting to guilt.
Right. I'm just signing to acknowledge that you are giving me a ticket for panhandling and that I'll be in court.
You're going to go to court at this time. That's it.
All right.
That's the point.
That the accusation is panhandling, but I'm not actually panhandling.
Okay.
That's what I'm signing to?
I'm going to hold on to this.
Okay. I'm going to just switch hands.
That's fine. Right here in this box. I just need your signature.
All right. And I would still like a card from each of you and a complaint form for your agency, please.
I don't have any complaint forms. That's something you get to just walk down to the police department.
Will they send me one in the mail if I call them?
Possibly. Yeah.
Okay.
You might do that. I can give you my name and my badge number. Okay?
Could you write down the...
I don't have a card on me.
Okay. I would like that written all on the same piece of paper from all of you, if I may, or a card would work great.
I'm not going to write anything on it.
Sure. God bless you all. Thanks. This is great. This will help for all of us, so then we can overturn this crap and we can get America back on track to real freedom that we were all guaranteed.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much.
You hang on to this one.
All right.
Copy.
Beautiful. And if you could just write yours on the back of one of their cards, that'd be more convenient for me.
Hang on one second. So I'm going to try this guy here.
Beautiful.
And as you can see, that
Officer?
matches my name tag.
Can I get your badge number on there, please?
I can. Read that, okay?
4017? All right. Blessings to you all. Thanks. I'll just move to another spot now.
That's yours.
And I'll go. So we need to get our country off Admiralty law, and we got everybody
back onto a full knowledge of civil law, Supreme Court civil law as designed by the Constitution for the United States of America.
It's going to protect the officers and the public, all the people. This is very important. This is what we inherited. So I'm not taking on the legal system. I'm trying to set it in the way that it was designed, and it's going to require some reform, and this is going to be a challenge to judges, to lawyers, to our judicial system to rise to this occasion and really bring about what our country's all about. Because our dollars are backed by a lot more than gold. They're backed by something more valuable than gold. Federal Reserve notes are backed by the fact that if you have your rights violated, a bunch of big guys with guns that swore constitutional oaths to uphold your civil rights are going to be right there to back your noise and make sure that you get your due process and you're heard out, and that you have 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Because a redress of grievances literally means, by definition, that you will see satisfaction. And that's not just money. That means a letter of wishes, for an example, can be prepared for the judge, saying, hey, here's what I need, this is what happened, this is logical, this will help the future. So we have a really beautiful system. It's time to get it on track. So thanks for watching. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and please let lots of people know about wildwillpower.org. Remember, we are a tax-deductible, untaxable organization. We're a peaceable assembly of civilians. We're peaceably assembling information for the people, and we're protected under Buckley versus Vallejo, 1976 Supreme Court ruling, giving money when given in political context is a form of political expression protected under the First Amendment. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Be well.